Hi, everybody. Thanks for bearing with us while we ran and took our break real quick. Um, and I'm glad the music is still touching you in your emotional places. One of our friends, Will, composed it. I think he did a pretty good job. But he is currently working on something that's a little more super heroic that we'll try to get up as soon as we can. Um, so far tonight, we have closed two of the portals that were causing the undead of different underworlds to pour forth into Freedom City. Uh, one, uh, one at the Stone Stadium at Freedom College, where Fenrir and some zombie Vikings were spilling forth and causing trouble on the football field, until Resonant made his mother give him a stern talking to, and Centuria alley-ooped him into the portal like a big furry basketball.
Hmm.
Um, then they went to a record store in Southside where they found the River Styx pouring forth into the city, causing a great deal of trouble and chaos. Where they successfully diverted it into a number of different tunnels dug by Overdrive very quickly, while Resonant and Centuria orchestrated the archers in their ability to seal up portals, while Gatekeeper kept an eye on everything. Um, they also met Charon, the ferryman from the Hades, inside the record shop. He was picking up some new records because he doesn't get to come to Earth very often. And yeah, they helped him pick up his records, and he went about his merry way, off back to the underworld to ferry the souls hither and thither as Hades requires. We rejoin our heroes, standing in the record store, having just purchased Charon's records with the Bow credit card. Also, happy Thanksgiving in Canada to Calvin.
Oh, thanks.
I forgot it was your holiday today.
Yeah, I came in on
And
my day off.
Happy National Coming Out Day to everybody that is relevant for. We appreciate your strength in being yourself, and you're still valid even if you can't come out on your own. We're here to guard the door and help you open it whenever you want to. So, what do our heroes want to do? Oh, also, before I get started, Miss Violent Violet, I mentioned at the beginning of the episode that you have a hero point that you can give to the hero or game master of your choice. So, whoever you want to give it to, just let me know and I will make the math happen.
I
With
assume we're heading to the nightclub.
right, once the
Eclipse.
portal closes, yep, we'll head over to Eclipse.
Does the water is it still here or does it just disappear as well?
It is dissipating as the portal is moving its way through.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go check on Bolt real quick.
Thank you for two things, Miss Violent, for giving me a hero point and for letting me see Kat's reaction when she read it in the chat.
Did you see my face?
You made an offended face. It was great.
I didn't even realize I made a face.
Yeah, your face is not on mute.
Mine neither, apparently.
Like many of the episodes, when Kat goes back and rewatches it, she's shocked and appalled at the faces she makes.
And how much I laugh. That's
That
the
too.
main problem. I try to mute myself now. It's annoying.
So the location of the final portal is the Eclipse nightclub over near Freedom College, which is sort of a goth/industrial nightclub. I'm sure Mortis goes there. I'm sure that's probably where Mortis took Medea.
One of them.
Oh boy. Do they have a light switch that the cheat can hold light switch raves
Yes.
with?
Yes.
Good.
And there is several rumors around town that it is host to a number of vampires who come and say hi.
Oh,
Is it?
vampires. Wonderful. We are looking at Centuria, who already dealt with Dracula.
I got this.
Y'all, if you have not seen the episode where Centuria just one-shot Dracula, wow. He went to the Sanctum Sanctorum to find a fancy spear of his, and Centuria broke it in half and staked him with it. And embarrassed him and me in public.
I keep forgetting about that guy. And then like you guys keep bringing it up, and then I laugh all over again. That was so fun.
That's what's funny because everyone was expecting that at your bachelor party that she was going to one-shot Strahd, but it wasn't. It was the Flash instead.
Yeah, it wasn't
Mhm.
me.
It was the quiet guy playing the Flash.
That was
Said,
my
night,
fault.
Strahd.
All right. So we're heading over there with the knowledge that there may be vampires inside and other creatures of the night.
What time of day is it?
It's nighttime, strangely enough.
Hey,
What?
wasn't it just the middle of the day?
Yeah. We have X3 continuity going on here. They start across the bridge, it's daylight. They get across the bridge, it's night.
Man,
That is
Don't
long
love
road.
that,
Cross that-
Alex.
why we cross that bridge?
It's like Dark Knight Rises.
How bad could it be? That's because Batman can't come out during the day. It's a rule.
I'm sorry, this is my fault. I will also direct Bolt to get those civilians out of there once the water is clear.
He'll give you a thumbs up. He looks real tired.
You're doing a good job.
He's been beaten. He's been bruised. And you're
I'll,
still making him work.
I'll get these civilians to safety, Bowman. Right this way. And the citizens.
You gotta learn.
The citizens are like, Bowman, you have a sidekick? Is this the new Arrow? And he says, no, my name's Bolt. One of them says there's already a Bolt.
There can be two people with the same name.
Would you be okay if there was another Bowman?
They can hang out at the Quiver.
We'll just get out of here. It's not safe. Swoosh.
What about you?
Oh no, he's big on swooshing his cape.
He
He doesn't have a cape.
He does
Swooshing my
now.
bow.
He does now.
Oh my god.
And they will rock off.
Maybe you should send him back to the Quiver after he's done with the civilians.
After he's done, yes.
He seems like he's in pretty rough shape.
Been a long first day, admittedly, yes.
I think this is more than any of us dealt with on our first day.
Yeah, probably not the best first day. How old is he?
Hey, speak for yourself. We went to the Underworld on my
That
first
wasn't-
day.
Right. I forgot that was your first day.
Yeah. That's a pretty rough first day. I mean, I did get an action figure out of the deal, but you know.
Wait,
His overdrive turned out fine.
Yeah.
Resident just turns and looks at Bowman. Like,
Hey!
really?
Bolt, you can rest after you finish this.
He gives you a thumbs up, and he says, "Right this way, citizens," and he'll escort the
Citizens.
civilians to safety.
Now he's even stealing citizens from Overdrive.
Maybe I should change my name to Welcome Matt. I don't know.
Wipe your feet before entering. Excellent. So, where are y'all off to?
Club.
The Hall of
Eclipse.
Shame. Oh.
Yeah, they're going to head to the club, and as we get close, I'm going to start sensing for mystical disturbances.
Excellent.
Magic sense is tingling.
Your magic sense is tingling. As you all make your way across South Side, head into the club. Bottles full of bub. Look, Mama, I got what you need. You head off. You come down in kind of a rough neighborhood of South Side. It looks like they've built this bar, this nightclub, into a large, may have once been a factory. It's sort of got that post-core red brick, lots of iron feel to it. There's a big steel door. Where usually a bouncer is standing, as Mortis, who's not here, knows. But there doesn't seem to be anybody around. It's very silent, strangely enough. And you got a 21 on that perception check, Mortis, or Gatekeeper? Or is that a new
Sure.
perception check?
Should be. 21.
21, awesome. So with the 21, as you're coming down, you can definitely feel the mystical energy of Urkala coming through. Anybody who wants to make an expertise magic check can see what they know about Urkala.
Okay.
I have that now, by the way. It's very
Yep.
low. Oh
That's still a good
shoot!
roll.
Oh shoot!
Look at that.
I know
Wow.
things. What's up? Maybe.
So all of you,
You punch and know things.
That's what she does. She punches and she knows things.
everybody who got over a 20, you know that Urkala is the Mesopotamian underworld, which is described as a dark cavern full of everybody who has ever died, sort of standing around drearily.
Hmm.
Resonant, you know, with a 38, that the status of your burial determines how uncomfortable you are while you're in Urkala. You also know that Urkala is named for the goddess who is in charge of that dimension, also named Urkala, and she has a husband who is known as Nurgle, who has been taken by Games Workshop and turned into the god of pestilence.
Proprietary violation. That's good.
He only lives there 6 months of the year, sort of like Persephone does in Hades. And
It's Persephone.
Persephone.
I'm gonna call you on the Persephone.
And as you're approaching this sort of silent, eerie nightclub, who's poking their head in the door first?
I'll go.
So, Centuria, you sort of poke your head in. You can see that there are these UV lights that have been put up around the area. Not really UV lights, but they're the purple light bulbs that streamers use all the time on Twitch these days. That sort of cast this sort of like all 24-hour putt-putt feeling, that sort of glow all over you. Your costume changes color a little bit. Everything starts showing up. As you're making your way through, you can see there's a number of people as you come onto the main club area. There's a bunch of people sort of milling around, sort of quietly breathing and gasping for air, and there's a general feeling of pestilence and decay through here. Sitting up on the stage, on a throne made of discarded bar tables, you see this large, lion-esque man, bare-chested, with a human skull codpiece. He's got a golden mask that looks like a lion's head. He's got cat paws on his lower feet and furry tufts over his thighs and his shins. And he has an enormous mace sitting beside him, and he looks incredibly bored.
Well, everyone else to come in here.
Resonant moved in behind you.
Gatekeeper will teleport in.
Oh,
And as he teleports, he kind of folds into his cloak and then unfolds out of his cloak into the spot.
Does Mr. Large Man on the stage see us?
He does.
I'd imagine.
He kind of throws a dismissive look towards you all as you're coming in, sort of like a cat that's looking up from a nap and putting its head back down.
Gatekeeper. Is it just him that we have to throw back into the portal? Or is it all of them?
I'm reaching out with my mind and my senses.
Give me another perception check.
It's just him. 17.
So with the 17, you do sort of notice there is nether magic tethering itself to the bar patrons, but they don't seem to come from Urkala. They seem like they have been infected with some kind of disease emanating from the man on the stage. You don't think that they have to go into the portal. You think that they had to be saved.
Then should we just square up, or?
You there.
Yes.
I was told by the three-headed god that there would be challenge on this plane. And I have been disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
The creature name is Una has lied.
She has. I am willing to go back into the portal of my own volition if I can have a worthy battle with an opponent.
Do it. Everybody else back up. Just me?
Just you, tiny blonde one.
Did you just
Rude.
call her tiny?
Yep.
Pretty buff, but
Oh,
alright.
God, we should clear the
Comparison. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, he's like 20 feet. He's like 15 feet tall. So like, she's tiny to him.
What's
Yep.
your name?
I am
Nurgle.
Nurgle, Lord of Pestilence.
That's heightest.
What is it?
I am Nurgle, Lord of Pestilence and King of the Underworld.
That's a stupid name.
What's your name?
None of your business.
That's a stupid name.
Right.
And he stands up. And
Take him to Games Workshop.
he stands up and he picks up his mace. And he will challenge Centuria to one-on-one combat.
Lit. Let's do it.
Roll for initiative.
Fight.
And Centuria, I will turn off GM rolling. I will roll in front of you.
Great.
I got a 17 for my initiative, so you get to go first, Centuria, as he stands up and lifts his mace off his massive improvised throne.
What's around me?
Nightclub stuff?
Just like tables.
Yeah, tables, chairs, there's a bar, there's glass bottles, pool cues.
Alcohol.
Kegs.
Pool tables.
There's a lot of chains on the ceiling. And hooks. There's a lot of hooks and cages.
Disinfectant.
Disinfectant. Band-aids.
Are there any like words just left my brain?
There are no
Good
words that
answers.
just left your brain.
Like pipes? Like piping?
Yeah, there's all kinds of pipes. It's an industrial nightclub, so there are probably more pipes than are strictly necessary.
Okay. I'm gonna
Oh,
pick
never.
up a very large pipe and throw it at him like a spear. I'm gonna like crunch the end so that it comes to a point with my hand. And then I'm gonna throw it at him like a spear.
Excellent.
Ugh, 15. That's probably not gonna hit, right?
That's not going to hit.
Okay, hero point. 21.
Does 21 hit? 21 does hit.
Oh, thank God, because that was gonna be rough for me.
And it's a DC 31?
Yep.
Oh boy, here we go. He gets a 30
Well,
and takes a bruise. So, Centuria, you crunch the ends of the spear pipe down. You chuck it over at him. It sinks into his large, muscular, naked chest, and he pulls it off, revealing some gold-flecked blood, and throws it on the ground.
bring it on.
A cute attempt, child.
Hmm.
And he will leap over here and bring the mace down on your head.
Rude, but
The
okay.
mace. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Toughness save, please. DC 33.
Yeah.
36.
Crit save.
Oh no, I fucked it up. Okay. Oh no, I wasted our F-bomb.
No takebacks.
No takebacks. Well, he's going to spend his hero point to do extra effort and smack you again.
Ugh.
Since you want to roll a natural 20, he will use 5 points of all out and 5 points of power. So subtract 5 from this. 13. No, it's probably not going to hit your dodge save.
No, sure doesn't.
So he wings it around, he slams it down into you. You just no-sell it as the mace slams into your head. And he... Underneath the lion mask, you could see his multi-shifting face scowling as he goes to swing at you again, and you leap up out of the way.
To get the Thanos headbutt on Captain Marvel effect.
Yes.
She'll smile up at him and be like, "What a feeble attempt that was."
Oof.
And then she's just gonna hit him. Wait,
Centuria punch.
He did use 5 points all out, so his parry is a lot lower if you were thinking about using any of your attacks that do more damage.
what would it take for me to take his mace from him?
That'd
Disarm.
be a disarm check.
Which would be what?
So if you have improved disarm as an advantage, go ahead and check that first. You would make a...
No, I have improved trip, improved smash, and improved critical.
So improved smash would let you attack the mace and try to destroy it. Disarm you could try to do, you just take a penalty and you were left vulnerable to a follow-up attack.
I'm here for trying to destroy the mace. I destroy weapons all the time.
I am the attacker.
I am the attacker. So what do I roll for that then?
So smash, you'll go ahead and roll to hit him. You have to hit him to successfully hit the mace, but you don't suffer the penalty to attacking an object imposed otherwise since you have improved smash.
Ugh. 14.
14 will not hit, even with the 5 points of all out.
Oh, yeah.
Smash the mace.
Yeah, I'll use the hero. Oh my god. 19?
19 will hit. Yeah, 19 will hit.
Thank god.
So now,
31.
his mace will roll a defense check versus your DC of 31.
His mace will roll it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's based on the toughness of the mace.
Which Alex has to improvise.
No, I know what it is.
Oh, cool.
I thought she might
Plans
try
for
to do
this.
this. So the mace takes a bruise. Objects, if you damage them twice, they are... if you make them suffer 2 degrees of failure, they are destroyed. So your fist comes in, slams into the mace, the whole thing vibrates in his hand, you see bits of it cracking, some of the flanges fly off. He did not look like he liked that. Is there anything else you want to do?
I'll go fatigue to hit the mace again. Did I already go fatigue?
Last fight, yes.
Yes, you did go fatigue the last fight. But you can
Oh,
spend
so
a
I
hero
can't
point to avoid fatigue.
Sure, not spending my last hero point to avoid fatigue. Yeah, so I guess then I will just hang. Wait for him to hit me.
Alright, so he's gonna swing on you. He comes in, he rocks back with the mace again. This time he's not going to use all out and power attack. He'll use 2 points of all out and 2 points of power. Let's go for it. 18. Sorry, 16, because you have, he used 2 points all out. Oh, no, just kidding. That can't, 18. 18 is what it is.
Okay, that hits me.
Oh, it's math.
I think.
Yeah,
that hits me.
you have an 8, right?
Yes.
So give me
Wait, for what?
your parry.
Parry.
Oh, yes.
Awesome. So give me a toughness save for DC 35.
29.
That's a bruise and a daze if you want to take it.
That's fine. Oh, not 10 bruises.
Ow.
Oh no, I'm dead. Yeah, he rocks back, he swings the mace down, cracks it into your breastplate, he knocks you into the wall there. Your breath catches in your chest for a little bit as he follows up. Over to your turn.
28 crit.
Oof.
Are you smashing him or the mace?
The mace.
Nice.
Oh no, so DC 36 on the mace. And the mace has a bruise. It takes another bruise. It's got 2 bruises now. As you're trading blows with his weapon, trying to destroy it, knock it out of it, make it so he's less effective. He says, "Fight me, not my weapon!" Anything else you want to do, Centuria?
No.
Okay. He will swing at you with the mace again. With regular attack this time. 25 to hit.
Sure hits.
DC 33 toughness save.
Ooh. And that's why I didn't spend my hero point. And now I'm out of hero points. That's great. But I got a crit.
Oof. Lucky.
Yay.
So yeah, he's just wailing on you. You're for a brief second your light flashes before your eyes, and then you get out of the way at the last moment as he comes down. He roars at you, "Stand still!" Centuria.
Okay, so the mace has 2 bruises.
Yes.
What do I have to do to the mace to destroy it?
You have to make it miss its toughness save by 6 or more. And at this point it has a plus 16 to its toughness save. Versus your DC 31. But if you wanted to go for like the heavy blow, it would be a higher DC as well. Or use all-out attack and power
But
attack.
that's harder for me to hit.
Yeah, but if you use all-out and power attack, it's not harder for you to hit it, but it is easier for him to hit you.
I'll go for that. How do I do that on here?
We'll just do it mentally.
Oh, okay. And I'll just roll my heavy blow with... How many points should I do? I don't know, guys.
What's your heavy blows to hit?
Plus 6.
You probably want to do your normal so that you have a higher chance to hit, but trading your defenses for more damage.
That makes sense. Shit. 18.
18 will not hit.
Didn't catch that.
18 will
18.
Not hit.
Great. Well, all right.
Since you want my mace so bad, he's going to try and just bash you with it again. And get a 16 to hit that time, so that's going to miss you.
Okay, so that'll miss.
As he slams into the walls of the bar. Stop moving around so much, Centuria.
Is there any way I can cut his hand off? Let me see.
You don't have a bladed weapon. That's a dishand check.
A dishand check. Ah, my hands!
What is disarm? Do I have a disarm?
You don't have improved disarm, so you would be vulnerable to his next attack, but you could still attempt it.
Shoot. I don't have any of the cool stuff.
I'll get
Okay.
you improved disarm with your next
No.
battle point.
Oh, wait, I do have improved disarm.
Oh, well then, yeah.
Wait a second. I didn't see all of this up here. I have all kinds of stuff. Okay. What did you ask me if I had before?
Improved disarm?
No, before, like, when I was trying to grab or destroy grab the mace.
Disarm. Yeah, that was what I was asking.
Oh, it was still disarm?
Yep.
Oh, well, shoot. Okay. I can do it then.
Awesome. And the cool thing is, if you succeeded at disarm with an armed attack check, you can use a free action to grab the weapon and use it yourself.
Oh, cool. Well, let's try again. Do I just do it unarmed?
Yep. So you'll do an unarmed. You have to hit him, and then you'll make opposed strength checks.
Crit.
Nice.
Obviously a crit, of course. Happy to be here. So yeah, go ahead and make a strength check plus 5 for you.
Jeebus.
Oh,
You beat him.
27 plus 5.
32.
Oh, I beat him anyway?
Yeah. So you come in. What happens is you disarm him and take the mace from him.
So I literally just like swipe it, and I'm just like, oh, nice weapon. And then can I hit him?
You can go fatigued, or you can go exhausted to hit him if you want, or you can wait till your next turn to hit him.
No, I'll just use my next turn.
Awesome. I'm gonna give you a hero point.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
I could use it.
We're gonna play a game of keep away here.
He says,
Is he
fine.
about to take it back?
No, he's not gonna take it back. And
He's gonna form another one.
no, he kind of raises the gold mask, and you see his lion-like jaw descends, pulls away from his head, and he is going to vomit disease all over you.
Ew.
That's gross.
A real
Magical disease.
Steam.
No.
No.
So, give me a dodge save, Centuria.
I'm gonna use that hero point.
You might not want to.
Okay, I won't use it.
So you don't succeed, but you do get a fortitude save versus the 24.
Okay. 26.
Okay, nothing happens. As he vomits this
Nothing
horrible
bad happens.
this horrible nonsense all over you while you're holding his mace.
Isn't she vulnerable to magic?
She is, that's why I gave her the hero point. So you will take the first degree, which is impaired.
Impaired. Okay.
Thank you
That
for
sucks.
reminding me, Jonesy. That's why I gave her a hero point, because she's vulnerable to magic attacks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now it's my turn.
Yep, your brand begins to burn as the as this magical pestilence seeps into your skin.
She'll sort of like grit her teeth and be like, "That wasn't very nice of you." And then she wants to hit him with the mace.
Awesome. So that'll give you +2 damage to your attack. Go free.
I want to cry. All right. Moving on.
He says,
Getting used to it yet.
He says, "How do you stand?" And he will use that distended jaw to try and bite you.
Ew. This man is nasty.
God of pestilence. And bite attack. Here we go.
There it
14 to hit.
Nope.
So yeah, he comes snapping in with his jaws, trying to get a hold of you, and you're able to keep away with yourself. Over to you, Centuria.
Oh my god. Rolled a 1.
So you're swinging this mace around, but you're not quite used to it yet.
Nope. Apparently not.
Says, "I will not play this game with you, child," and he's gonna bite you again. 17, which misses.
Yep. Can I throw him into the portal or push him into the portal?
You can try.
We're right next to the portal. Do you just want an unarmed or?
We'll call it a trip check, which would be an unarmed attack check. You have improved trip, so there's no penalty to you for tripping.
Great. Great.
Do you want to spend a hero point to
14.
reroll?
I don't want to die. And that's my only hero point that I have left. So no.
Okay. So
Try again next
you
time.
drop down. You try to knock him into the pit. He says, "Oh, you want to play portals, huh?"
Oh shit.
He's gonna try to knock you in the portal. His bite has the same modifiers as an arm, so I'm gonna roll that again. Oh my god!
Yeah. Welcome to my life, Alex.
I'm giving you a hero point.
No, that's not fair.
we all can't keep missing.
I mean, we can. It just
27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Can I intervene and make sure she doesn't go flying through the portal?
Sure. She still has to make the opposed athletics or acrobatics check. Her choice.
Athletics. Against 31?
No, against his athletics, he has to roll it.
Oh. Well, I got to 31.
You don't go in the portal.
Okay. I'm gonna try to push him in again.
Rawr.
We're having a big slap fight over here.
God!
You have an
I'm
extra
about to
hero point now.
cry.
You have 2
Oh,
now.
yes, I'm gonna re-roll. That's true. Good pointing that out. Good pointing that out. Oh my
18.
god!
This does not like you tonight.
He got a 2.
18 does not hit.
Ugh.
And
Okay.
he will... He's going to crash through this wall here.
Y'all gonna see me cry tonight.
And he will use 5 points of all-out attack and 5 points of power attack on this bite check.
Yeah.
I'm done with you.
15. Oh my god. This is embarrassing. Roll
This has
20.
been the worst fight ever.
They're so evenly matched.
Centauri, over to you.
Okay. Here we go again.
I'm offended for both of us.
18.
18 doesn't hit.
Nope. Wait, he used all out?
Oh, yeah, it does hit because he used all out. Just kidding.
Yeah.
DC 31. Or
34 because of the mace? Or are you just trying to trip him?
Because of the mace.
Okay, it's +2. I thought I heard a +3 for some reason.
Yeet.
So,
I'm gonna just log out.
Centurion has left the chat.
What are the people around doing during all this? Just out of curiosity.
Just watching.
Yeah, they're possessed by the spirits of Urkala, so they're just sort of chilling. They're not. They have no.
I would imagine
reaction.
as this fight is happening, the others of us are corralling these humans away from the slap fight that's happening behind us.
That's a reasonable assumption. He's gonna use 4 points all out and 4 points of power again. Or 5
Question,
and 5.
Resident,
Yes.
these mortals viewing the battle seem to be infected by some sort of pestilence plague. Looking over at Neural. Do you suspect that he's drawing energy from them?
I don't know. Maybe.
I thought that maybe if we can cut off, if that's the source of power that's keeping him empowered, then if we can cut it off, that might give Centuria the upper hand.
Expertise magic check, Alex?
Go for it.
Alex is like, please get us out of this fight.
I think what's happening is we're both roll 20 is keeping us both up and fighting.
Yeah. 28.
You do think he is pulling some energy from the portal, and you think if you could, you think working with Gatekeeper, both of you could sever his connection to it.
The humans have some sort of like magical plague.
Yes.
I could begin pulling on the power of my Malachite and healing them.
Awesome.
So I can make that. I will actually spend a hero point to power stunt to make it an area burst rather than single target.
Awesome.
So that I can get more people in the room and make it selective so that it does not affect Nurgle.
Awesome.
So let's see here. Pulling on the power of the Malachite. Resonant's eyes become teal and her hair becomes the color of emeralds. And power level is 13. So D20 plus 13 for heal.
Do it. Do it.
Spend a hero point to reroll because it was a 19. Dear Lord, roll 20 does not want any of us doing anything tonight.
I don't know what's going on.
Perfect. It was a 10. It's a 33.
Hey.
Woo!
So Resident, you begin pulling on the Malachite, and you are severing people from their connection to the portal, and a pretty big open area. You sort of sprinkle it over everybody. And then Nurgle's gonna roll to punch Centuria again with his mouth.
Yeah.
Can I attempt to distract? Like, I'm not in the fight. Can I still attempt to feint to distract him?
Sure.
Okay.
You just start waving your red and silver arms around.
Just kind of like, come on, Centuria, put this big oaf through that portal on his ass, and just kind of distract him. So that's deception versus the better of his deception or insight.
Welcome to roll 20.
I'm going to spend a hero point because it's 9:35 and I'm not taking it home with me. Let me go ahead and do that again. Remember, folks at home, there are no advantages to ending the night with unspent hero points. So
That's true.
son of a, thank God that's a reroll. That's a 27.
He gets a 17. He is vulnerable.
Okay, and I'm using setup to transfer that to Centuria.
Awesome. So he looks over at you. He says, "I'll deal with you in a moment."
Yeah. You big windbag. Talk is cheap.
And, yeah, he's still going to try to use 5 points all out and 5 points of power attack to get rid of Centuria real quick. Gonna spend a hero point. Haha!
Oh shit.
Centuria, give me a 41 toughness save.
Oh,
Super tough.
Hate that. Wait. What was that thing that you said that I had?
You have ultimate
Luck.
effort toughness checks
Oh.
now. You could spend a hero point to get a non-natural 20 on a toughness save.
That
that's
told us to 36, right?
Yes,
So that doesn't hurt that bad, right?
that's just a bruise. Well, how many
Okay.
bruises do you have right now?
1.
1? So, it'd be 35 would be a bruise in a daze.
That's fine. Wait, and I have the impaired. Is that...
That doesn't matter for ultimate effort.
Oh, okay. Then I will spend a hero point to take that bruise in a daze.
What do you do as you ultimately gird yourself against this attack?
Steal yourself.
So I sort of try to channel into that Una brand again to try to sort of like harden myself against what he's doing to me, so that it doesn't damage me as bad as it would have before.
Excellent. And it's back to you, Centuria. He is vulnerable to you, and he has used 5 points of all-out attack, so
All right.
Oh, that means he's a brick. Just smack him.
he's very easy
Yeah.
to hit.
That's what you think.
Now you can use heavy blow.
Yes, use heavy blow.
Yeah.
And use heavy blow and 5 points of all-out and 5 points of power attack. I believe in you.
Okay. Well,
You hit.
well, then that's 33 plus 5, right?
Yeah, 38. Oh, bam. Oh! I rolled an 18. That's a 1 on the dice, so ouch.
Ooh.
35 minus 18 is a difference of 17, so how do you knock him out, Centuria?
Yeah.
I literally want her to like grab him by the arm and just sort of like swing him around and just like throw him into the portal.
Ah! Team Pestilence blasting off again!
Finally.
And as he flies through, the portal closes behind him.
And
Setting the,
Centuria will sort of like collapse onto the ground, breathing very heavily.
You still have the mace, too.
Ah, cool. I have a weapon
Are you keeping that?
Oh,
for
yes.
now. Why do you want it? Do you want to make a arrow out of it or something?
No, it's a bit top heavy.
This is my mace arrow.
The balance is way off.
Everybody thought it fired tear gas. It actually fires bludgeoning weapons.
Nice.
Thanks for the assistance, y'all. That was going poorly. Like some crazy system was controlling it from God knows where.
From beyond the stars.
Do the people look like they're starting to come to in
Yeah,
slow fashion?
The Goths are kind of shaking off. Some of them are wiping eyeliner off their cheeks, looking around.
Thought you might like to leap.
And they kind of shake their heads and look around at everybody. What happened?
The club is just like destroyed.
Just another Friday night at the Eclipse. That's all.
Somebody begins turning the lights on and off, and somebody goes, "Light switch rave."
Wow.
I would suggest that you all made your way home. Avoid any water that you see outside.
And the situation seems to have stabilized here on Southside as you all take a deep breath and look at each other. What would you all like to do?
Let's head back to the construction site. If we're lucky, maybe Mortis has made his way back. That was the portal he took. Maybe he has to return through it from there.
Okay.
You doing okay, Centuria?
Yep.
Just covered in Mesopotamian god vomit.
Just sooner rather than later, I would like to get this off of me and sleep.
There's probably an industrial shower or someplace in here we can at least rinse you off.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Here, just take the water spray for like the bar.
Ugh, gross.
Better than the vomit.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let's go.
As we're heading that way, Resonant's gonna kind of reach out with her magic sense and see if things have at least quieted down around Southside and there's nothing else to really deal with at this point.
Yeah, I'll take a perception check from Resonant and from Gatekeeper.
Okay. Perception 25.
17.
You both get the distinct feeling that the situation has stabilized here on Southside.
Okay.
Overdrive covered in drool, Centurion vomit from beyond. Their eyes meet. Memories return.
Yes.
Careless Whisper starts playing.
You know.
And you all return to the construction site where you fought the ghost golems and Bolt got beat up real bad.
He's fine.
It wasn't just Bolt that got beat up real bad.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of had a rough evening.
Yes,
Yeah. I feel like Centuria has specifically had a rough evening.
Truth. As you all are sort of standing around, what is it you're looking to do?
Wait for Mortis.
Well, it was we know Mortis took the portal out from here. If we'll probably hang around for a little bit, maybe if there's any way for me to get a residual feel on where that portal was actually going, because once Gatekeeper arrived, maybe with Gatekeeper's help, he was able to identify the fact that one was from Hell, one was from Hades, and one was from Urkan. So maybe we can figure out what underworld Mortis stopped from spawning in this place. I know there's probably just residue magic left, but maybe it's enough.
Yeah, you guys can team up to try to make that happen. Do either of you have teamwork as an advantage?
I do not.
I don't think I do. Or did I end up? I actually might have given myself teamwork the last time I did this. Let me double check this sheet. I did give myself teamwork.
Awesome. So the two of you together can roll an aided perception check for me. Whoever wants to aid. Resident, you get a +5 to the aid check either way.
Okay. You want to aid for my role there?
Yeah.
Cool.
He is your teammate, so.
Yeah, thanks.
Gatekeeper, you will give Resident another +5 on this check with a 23.
So plus 10 total?
Plus 10 total.
All right.
I'd have to take the advantage colleague work.
31?
I'll give you +2.
So with the 31, as you're as both of you are getting a sense of the residual magic left over here, what does this ritual look like between the two of you?
I would imagine Resonant is she's probably holding Gatekeeper's hand, trying to link to his innate control of portals to kind of suss out what leftover magic is here. So she's holding onto his hand with her right, and her left hand is extended over where she saw Mortis disappear from. And she's just kind of trying to get a sense from there and through Gatekeeper, the ability to identify where that portal was headed.
Excellent. And Gatekeeper, what is your contribution?
So as I've taken Resident's hand, I'm reaching out with my arcane energies. Runes and sigils start scribing in the air around me in a geometric pattern, very much the casting circle with other sigils and stuff forming in it. Very Constantine anime version of John Constantine, but in kind of blue colors.
Awesome. And both of you get the strong sense of the crossroads in general, the sort of nexus of all the various underworlds that Mortis calls home. And that's the portal Mortis uses to pass from place to place. It's where he took Sam when he rescued her from the 2 overdrives.
That's true.
And she was never the same again. Sort of this... Jonesy, I'll let you explain the crossroads to the folks at home.
So the crossroads are is a kind of a demi-plane, kind of a slice in between the mortal world as we know it and the planes beyond, the dimensions beyond. And it always manifests as literally a crossroads. That crossroads can be mutated or formed or transformed based on where it was originally accessed from. So in the country, with like a old dirt road that has nothing around it, in our small one traffic light town in Texas, or in some cases like in a heavy populated city, it may look like an old burned out neighborhood with like an emptied and abandoned row houses, but it's always a single crossroads. And there are always things kind of moving on just on the peripheral edge. There are different creatures that reside within that crossroads, wayward spirits and former guardians of the crossroads sometimes live there.
Excellent. As you're all getting that sense of things, you do feel a magical ripple through the air, and the ground begins to vibrate and rumble, and you see 2 skeletal hands rip their way out of the ground, pulling away another portal, and Mortis spills out, smoking, beat up, not horribly so, but definitely got chewed on by something while he was down there. And Mortis, you kind of look around and you see Gatekeeper along with your friends after the adventure that will take place next week.
Wow.
The gatekeeper will reach down and help pull him through the portal. And as he does, I'll give him a big hug. They've been friends for a couple of years now.
Mortis.
Glad you made it back. I would never have heard the end of Nick harassing me if I didn't make sure you came back. So.
And before Mortis can say too much about what happened to him, see editor's note, see Mortis issue number 35. Dr. Metropolis floats down above all of you in sort of his flowing green cloak. And he looks down at each of you and he says, I hate to be a bother, Freedom League Dark, but there's a situation in Emerald City that I believe requires our attention. I think Una may have struck again.
Oh no.
There was an explosion, and now Emerald City is filling with superpowered individuals.
Another silver storm?
The first Silver Storm. Sorry, Overdrive. That hasn't happened in continuity yet. But Overdrive's in the middle of the universe.
I screwed it up.
Congratulations, you broke up.
Storm.
What else is new? I screwed it up.
Damn it, Dave!
Because I thought it was part of my it was part of my background that I was there, and then I guess I didn't get the updated liner notes. My bad.
Yeah. You were in Emerald City, but the Silver Storm just happened 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I'm sure it was a wellspring of velocity, trip through time continuity thing.
Time
That's all.
dream.
Yeah.
It's a time dream.
Yeah. Totally.
So, Dr. Metropolis says, I need volunteers to come with me. We have to have a discussion with Maximilian Mars about what's been going on over there.
Are we having a crossover with City of Destiny?
We're having a crossover with City of Destiny.
Holy shnikes. It's just like the CW.
Oh, that's why we had the big mid-season finale.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
Awesome. So, I think that's a great place for us to end off this week's episode. Next week, we will be going to the Underworld to see what Mortis was up to while our heroes were defending Southside from the invasion of the undead. And the following night, some of the Freedom League Dark will be showing up on City of Destiny, probably to punch my character in the face a lot. I assume. I don't know what's going to happen. I know that the Freedom League is going to be there, and I have done my job to get them there. So, it's in Aaron's hands now, whatever happens to me. Yeah. So, that'll be fun. We'll also be here again, same bat time, same bat channel next week. Otherwise, other announcements. Tomorrow we do have another new episode of City of Destiny where I'll be back playing as Ethan. Off doing Jedi things, I hope. We'll see what happens. Thursday we will have another blog post come up. Friday, we don't have anything on Friday, but next Wednesday on the 20th, we are having our spooktacular Camp Clearwater Massacre game. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have some
3 games
players,
next week.
Yeah, 3 games next week. We'll have some players who don't usually play with us on, so that'll be fun. You guys will get a chance to see some new folks if you come hang out for our 1980s D&D summer camp slasher movie adventure. It'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, the 80s.
Yeah, Kevin was there. He
I
can tell
was
us what it
there.
was like.
It was glorious.
Well,
Television does no
shut up.
justice. What?
Yeah,
So
Miss
sorry.
Violent. That will be one of our shows where lots of folks die. Probably. Otherwise, those of you who are in chat with us tonight, if you are interested in Yukon, go ahead and check out online. Register there. It's a virtual convention. I'll be running games on Roll20. Andy will be running games on Roll20.
Not sure how many games currently.
I did. So I did run a few of them or at least I ran the Sinister 6 games for most of you in the chat right now. Is there a Marvel or DC property you would like to see me tackle as something that you might be able to sign up for? If you just want to drop any ideas in our Discord, that would be good.
I'm OP out of character? What the? I'm going to turn off the chat. I don't want to know what's going on there. Yeah.
I'm not sure when sign up opens up. I have to check. I have to check online. I know the convention is about a month from now, so event registration should be coming up pretty soon.
I assure you, I have been nerfed.
Yeah, we gotta get Kevin back his speed,
Oh.
or not,
Legit.
or take the rest of it away.
No, I mean out of character.
Both.
Because
In
apparently
real life.
I'm OP out of character as well. Is that even possible?
Yeah, imagine what he
Kevin's
was like
too
when he was
powerful.
young.
I know. That is true. Oh, Lord, I was out of control. Anyway, that's a story for another time.
Otherwise, thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you had as good a time as we did. And let's see if there's anybody fun to raid tonight. Hopefully somebody not just wrapping up.
That's distressing.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
Let's go with Weave the Tail, because I know they've been playing some Eminem on their channel, so we're gonna go ahead and raid them. Thank you again, everybody, for hanging out. Again, if you have any requests for games, I still have a chance to submit events, so let me know what you're interested in. It could be Suicide Squad or Justice League or Freedom League or anything like that. Yeah, and we will see you all tomorrow, I hope. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.